Alright. Let's try to settle this shit once and for all. We're going in. Deep dive. Deep. You know what I mean? If you don't know what I mean, you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Alright. Alright, here we go. Get this right. Perfect. Alright. Hi, I'm Napoleon. This is what is a woman? So a woman is a human being. Dun, 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 dun. Particularly, it's a woman. What makes a woman is that she doesn't have a prostate. She has ovaries. And she doesn't have testicles. So when you think about it, you're like, yeah, those are obvious reasons, but it's not really obvious. Because the testicles that's on a man is an organ. But the vagina, like the testicles and the penis that's on a man is an organ. But the vagina is not an organ. And all these dots, they all connect to the pineal gland. So you got the thyroid gland. Then you got the thymus, which is like controls the heart. Then you got your pancreas gland. This controls your body temperature, and also controls a whole lot of things with your digestive system. Then you got your adrenal glands. Now women have adrenal glands. Women got the pancreas. Women got the thyroid and the thymus. And this is the pituitary. The pituitary is what basically communicates. This all communicates on one particular track. So when you regulate, or when you have a perfect track, this is like a fluid system. And then when all the fluid system is equal, you run at an equal level. But if you were to get a sex change and you were a man, you would be taking off an organ. As where if you were a woman, you would be adding an organ, in which you couldn't control with your pineal gland. So what to make you understand what happens with that is when you disrupt the cycle, all these other different points have to compensate. Each one of these points is like a glass that's full of fluid, and it's full once you have the full complete cycle. But once you take away the sexual cup, because that's missing now, these have to compensate. So now you got half the power, or you may have a little bit more than half. Let's give you a little bit more than half, a little bit more, but you definitely lost power. You know, from what you're supposed to be up here at the top, you lost power because you no longer have this extra cup. This is no longer here because you cut off the sexual organs if you were a man. It's an organ. If you a female, you did the opposite. So you got this cup because you didn't cut any of your cups off. You still got your uterus. Your uterus is your organ. The vagina is not an organ. The uterus is an organ. And it's not really the uterus as much as it is the fallopian tubes. The fallopian tubes is the organ. So because you added a penis, so you had a vagina which was not an organ. Now you added an organ. So now you got an extra cup to fill. So you're gonna be off balance. Now your balance is gonna be between your adrenal glands, your pancreas glands, your heart gland, your thyroid gland. It's not that these things is going to actually cause you to die, but it's going to throw you off a chemical balance that really, if they're not going to tell you these things about men and women, then they're not going to try to tell you that you're going to throw yourself off. Because when you throw yourself off chemically, you'll be in an endless cycle of medication to try to do something that can never be done. You can never recreate the balance that you have once you disrupt the balance. You can become sick and throw off these balances, but then you can remedy being sick and then cure yourself, and then the balances will return back to normal. But once you cut a cup out, or once you add a cup, it's not really anything that's explained. It's like science is not measuring those things, so you want to be careful with those things for the most part. And that's what a woman is. She is a help meet. You know what I mean? She is to help the man meet his agenda in life, which is to repopulate the earth. I know a lot of people think of themselves as being something special. But at the end of the day, it's better to think of yourself as cattle. All you are is just cattle. And I don't think about how a cattle live. It lives within a fence, just like you live in your fence. You just a special type of cattle, but you can't leave outside your fence without telling somebody that you leaving outside the fence. And your fence is the country. You can't leave the country and go in another country without a passport, right? You're moving like cattle. But I'm gonna let you do your thing. If you think that anything that I'm talking about is wrong, look it up. If you Google anything about the pineal gland, it says something about your sleep. It has. But if you Google the pineal gland in Chinese science, you'll get what I'm talking about. You gotta spread your knowledge. And this is what a woman is.